got the Texas Fan Better Podcast. Young Bridge, Fifth Ward Crenshaw, you know the best out there. Keno, Bo Diggity 713. To all my Texans Nation. If you feeling good, I want you to throw them H's up high. Yeah, like that. I see you. Let's swarm. Yeah, Houston, Texas, born and raised. Yeah, that's where I'm from. The best city in the state. Yeah, we stay turned up. There's excitement in the air for the Houston Texans. We swarming all year, causing havoc, we wrecking. Coming off that edge, we got 5-5-5-1. Thing on the outside, locking down your number one. All about the swarm mentality. And the H standing on business is the way we operate. I rep that 7 like CJ, that 1 like Diggs, that 3 like Dell. H-time we doing it big, you know that 12 out here, and don't you never forget, better pick your poison, cause we got Joe in the midst, we rock that battle red, still blue, Liberty white, H-time blue, drip galore, man, we so fresh, fire like the field, shout out to the whole squad, chasing greatness, eyes on the prize, one goal, it's time to take it, let's get it, throw them H's up, throw them H's up, now you throw them H's up, throw them H's up, we throw them H's up, throw them H's up, let's all love for them Texans, cause them Bulls about to perform. Throw them H's up, throw them H's up. Now you throw them H's up, throw them H's up. We throw them H's up, throw them H's up. Let's all love for them Texans, cause them Bulls.
Hello. Welcome back to the Texans Fan Battle Podcast, brought to you by Fan Battle Sports. I'm your host, of course, Matthew Briggs. As always, with me, I got my team swarm. We're a little short, but let me introduce you to the guys that we have. First off, newly to Twitter, so if you haven't started following him, make sure you follow this man at H-Town Honcho 713. We got Mr. Honcho in the building.
What up?
And always, since day one, started from the bottom, now we're here. My boy Crenshaw. What's up, Crenshaw?
What's the damn deal?
All right, fellas. Well, we got some somewhat news, but before we talk about it, let's talk about this game. We went to Kansas City, cold air, and we did not walk away with the W. We led everything, every aspect, running, passing, no turnovers. First team in NFL history to do so, not win the game. Anshaw, I start with you, man. What was frustrating about this game?
Honestly, man, I don't think we went. I don't think we initially started off pretty good on defense, man, but I think a lot of challenges, man. We didn't get the run game going early. Still short on the receivers, man. We didn't do as bad as I thought we would, man, but man, we just didn't. I just felt like the whole game we just didn't have our mojo, man. Defense showed a couple of highlight plays, man, to get out there and make some plays, but on offense, man, I just don't feel like we had enough to beat the defending champs. It
was a tough loss, right? Crenshaw, what's your thoughts on it, bud?
All right, so what we did the previous week against the Chargers, we didn't do last Saturday against Kansas City. The previous week, all 3 phases helped each other out. Special teams, defense, offense. Against Kansas City, special teams was bad. First kickoff, boom. He almost ran it back for a touchdown. And then after that, one of your guys started spazzing out on the coach, extra 15 more yards. That allowed him to get the field goal because we gave him a 3 and out. Then we had our kicker. 2 field goals, one miss, 1 block, and then he missed an extra point. And then on offense, CJ missed a couple throws that could have been touchdowns. On defense, Travis Kelce, that's all they have. This guy out there having a career game against us. We can guard him. That one big play down the field was that would cost us the game. That big run he had down the field. And then on that one touchdown that Mahomes threw when he fell on the ground, you had 3 Texas defenders right there. It's Travis Kelce. In the red zone, that's his main guy. So I feel like every phase of the team cost us this game because against Kansas City, you got to be perfect because the ref is going to help them out. So you got to play perfect. You can't make no mistakes. 1-2 mistakes could cost you the game. You got to be perfect. So I feel like if we would have played a perfect game like we did against the Chargers, we would have beat them. But like Huncho said, we played better than I expected because it could have been a blowout. We hung in there. We hung in there, even with all the mistakes, all the cheating. We hung in there, but we just got to be better if we want to get to what we're trying to get to is a Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's one aspect that you didn't say, right? And
Oh,
that's
coaching.
coaching.
Yes, yes,
I, I,
coaching.
will, I, I will I will say this. Bobby Slowick, last 2 games have called some great games. But putting Dalton Schultz on George Karlaftis not once, but 3 times, and each time gave up a sack. Like, you got to adjust to that. First time, okay, shit happened. Second time, you're an idiot. Third time, what the fuck are you doing? Like, come on, you got to adjust that. You can't just sit there and let it happen. You just can't. Eight of the 3 of those 8 sacks came off of Dalton Schultz. So, like, what are we doing here? And it was key drives to come back, to make a comeback and win the game, or not even win it, just to be in it. So, like, well, I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
I mean, no, no. I mean, you're right about the coach. I mean, because Bobby done the same thing against Minnesota when he put Cade right there against Jonathan Grenard. Jonathan Grenard had 3 sacks on Cade, the exact same shit.
Yeah.
So that's what he's been doing all year, right there. I don't know if maybe CJ could have told Joe to help Chip, Chip, and then you go out in the flats and catch a pass or something. Maybe that's something that he may have to learn in the future. If Bobby gonna do stupid shit like that, okay, well look, Joe, help this man out because clearly he can't block. And I'm tired of getting killed back here. 4 of those sacks came on the last drive. So the offensive line was doing a pretty good job all the way up to that last drive. And then so we got to just make better decisions. When we hike the ball pre-snap, what are we going to do? CJ got to learn. Okay, if you're going to run now. Though you can't wait till you can't hold the ball. Hold the ball. You're not Lamar Jackson. You can't hold the ball and then run at the last minute. That's why he was coming up limping and stuff because he was like, oh, should I go? Should I not go? What should I do? So he was kind of like second
Right.
guessing himself right there.
Yeah.
So he got to make that commitment early. What you're going to do, and of course we need more help on the receiver because you shut down Nico, that's it. We have nobody else. So we got to get a good wide receiver 2 in this offseason, man. The guys that we have is not going to cut it. I feel like a good wide receiver 2 will open up Joe Mixon even more, in the backfield. But
Well,
yeah, but coaching was bad down the stretch because I feel like D'Amico, you see what Travis Kelce doing, bro. Why you couldn't stop that? Like if I could live with that. I can't live with Travis Kelce beating you because that's what he does his whole career. You know what I'm
well,
saying? Like his whole career, he's been killing folks. So come on now.
well. That's a good way to beat
You
the
go ahead,
zone,
Matt.
right? That's a good way to beat the zone, right? Just wait till your tight end's going to beat the zones. He's going to be wide open.
Yeah.
And the thing about Travis Kelce is the dude's hard to tackle. I mean, that's what he made his bread and butter on is yards after catch. So, like, what are we doing with arm tackles, man? Like you said, that one that he broke, he's been tackled 3 or 4 times, but he broke arm tackle. Like, we're supposed to be swarming, but we didn't swarm on that play. And the defense did do a good job. I'm not sitting here saying they didn't. They made Pat Mahomes flustered. They got, out of the box. But you can't just let Travis Kelce be Travis Kelce. Like, put Sting on him. Put anybody but zone on him. Because that's at the end of the day, that's what, like you said in that when Pat Mahomes got tackled. There's 3 guys there. But nobody's gonna play the ball because they're playing that zone. So, like, you got to adjust. That's the reason why we lost. Andy Reid is Andy Reid. He knows how to beat teams. He don't care that we ran for more yards, we threw for more yards, or 0 touchdowns. Andy Reid knows how to beat any team any day of the week. It doesn't matter what is against him. And yes, let's talk about it. there were some bad calls across the field. But did that really stop us from winning? No. The referees didn't let Fairbairn miss 3 kicks. The referee didn't let C.J. Stroud get sacked 8 times. I'm tired of hearing the excuses of the referees. Like they said, like every player got in, even D'Amico. We knew we're coming in. We were playing more than who was on the field. So okay, if you know that, then you got a game plan around it, right? You just can't let the game into the referee's hands. Can't do it. You gotta be perfect, and they weren't perfect, and that's why we lost. Ancho, you agree?
I agree, man. Like you say, man, we can't too much dwell on the refs, man. You're right. They didn't, help us get Kansas City defense get 8 sacks. Like I said, we couldn't really get the run game going a lot, also, man. And like Crenshaw said, we can't really hit with just one receiver, man. One receiver is no other threat. I don't feel like Mechie or Hutchinson did too bad, man. But going into next season, man, we can't start off with those 2 guys. It's not looking good for Tank to come back next season. So hopefully, man, we can trust that Knicks brings another number 2 in, or whatever the case is, man. Because going into next season, man, we definitely gonna need some help at the wide receiver position. And also, we don't have as much cap as we did last year, so we're also going to need some help on that O-line, man. It's going to be a little tricky situation this offseason, man. I just hopefully we got the right guys in the office, man, to upgrade what we have right now.
Yeah. Hutch didn't do a bad job, but I think he was there at the beginning. He was kind of nervous. And, of course, it's the Chiefs. Like, everybody, all my buddies text me, oh, man, CJ looks nervous. Oh yeah, he looks nervous. It's the Chiefs. It's the divisional. It's the Super Bowl reigning champs. So of course, everybody's nervous. So yeah, we have to have that veteran presence, and we can't have Wayne be our 3rd or 4th receiver. Like that guy. That guy he's a practice squatter. I'm sorry to say it. So yeah, we have to have, and we need. Next year we can't have Dalton Schultz on this damn team.
Right.
If he is, he needs to come in on rotation because I'm sick of it. I'm just done with it. I'm done. I try to make excuses for the guy, but there's no excuses that can be made.
I mean, going back to what Crenshaw said, man, had we that defense translated from that not San Diego, LA game to this game, just in KC, man, that game to me, our defense took over. And, being a year that Stroud had this year, it wasn't awesome. It wasn't bad, but, he managed the game after our defense pretty much took over. We never put ourselves in a position this game to actually go out there and have CJ manage the game. We didn't expect him to come out and have a Tampa Bay game like he did last year. We just wanted him to manage the game, but, yeah, it was some bad calls made, but like you said, it didn't really deter the whole game. But our defense never really put us in that position. Also, a lot of zone, and missing some key players. Also, man, a game like that, that's when you start missing the Jimmy Wards. You start missing the Petrie. You miss those type of
Diggs, the Tank Tails. Like, yeah, you miss all the players that you need.
So, man, we got some work to do, man. I'm not saying that we too far off, but man, we look pretty promising still, man. But hey, we won 10 games this year. We won 10 last year. We got to get more than 10. We got to get deeper than this division. We 0-6 in the divisional round now, man. I hear that every week. I get hammered for it every week, but hey, hey, they only as good as they are on the field, man. So hopefully next year, man, we be looking at something different around this time.
Well, and the thing, like you said, CJ Bone a Tampa Bay game. Well, he didn't have a chance. Well, he played a good game. He bought, like, I was proud of what CJ Stroud put on the field. But again, this goes back to coaching. When it was time for CJ to shine, what did Kansas City do? They brought the whole house to him. They blitzed. And the crazy thing is, we threw 2 screens that game, and both times they worked. Okay, you're getting blitzed. What's the perfect thing to throw? A screen. Like that's what kills me about Bobby Slowick. Like he called a good game, but he just doesn't adjust to the defense. He doesn't adjust to certain players that he needs to address, and that's just what kills it. And it's not just him. Like Kershaw said, D'Amico needs to be called out too. Like good year, good coach, but I get it, it's year two. But man, you gotta learn. If your players are watching game film, you need to go to game film. You need to learn. So okay, Travis Kelsey just ate my lunch here. What do I need to do to stop it? And that's what we need to do. Crystal, what do you think about the refs?
I mean, it was the refs it was expected. I mean, we knew this already. That's why you had to be smart. Will Anderson, you know you can't go towards his head. You can't do that. On that late slide, guys, you know they're gonna call it. Why do you even try to hit him? Like you know it's gonna happen. Like he's basically the new Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? The new Tom Brady, he'll get every call. It's like Golden State
But
Warriors, they got every call.
the crazy thing is the NFL hated Tom Brady, but they love Patrick Mahomes.
And the Texans know that. So I don't understand. Like you gotta play smart. You gotta play smart. It's kind of like in basketball, how those guys used to hold James Harden. They didn't know how to hold. See, like James Harden took advantage of the rules of the game, and teams hated playing against the Rockets. People hated the Rockets because James Harden exploited the rules. So that's the same thing they fucking do in Kansas City. They're exploiting the rules, and we hate it. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta play smart, bro. You gotta play smart. Don't almost go for his fucking head. Go for his chest. Hit him in his what number Patrick Mahomes is? 1-5? Yeah, I think he 1-5. Hit him right there. Why the fuck you going for his head, man? Don't almost do that shit. Don't even give him a chance to pull the goddamn fucking flag out.
Well,
So you gotta be smarter.
It's not just him. Like Josh Allen does the same thing. He does those where he fakes like he's gonna run out of bounds, but he keeps going. He gets favorable calls. I think why the Chiefs get so much flack for it because of crucial downs, right? Like that third Will Anderson hit. It was third down. It extended the play. But like Crenshaw said, if you knew it was going to happen, you can't put your hand. You can't put yourself in that situation. Go down to the waist. Like you're hurting yourself because you are bound a different aspect. Just don't put yourself in. I'm just tired of these fans. Like I get it. Yes, it was bad calls, but I'm tired of these fans. Oh, if it wasn't for the referees, we would have won. Would we? Because regardless, same thing with like everybody wants to get rid of Fairbairn. I wish Kendall was here because we'd be having this conversation. Everyone wants to get rid of Fairbairn. Dude is a top 8, right? All the stats, he's top 8. He missed 3 extra points. He's tied for 10th with 11 other people. He missed 6 field goals all season long. He's 26 and missed field goals. That's good. He's a top 8 quarterback or a kicker, and people want him on the team. But like, okay, he left 6 points or 7 points off the table. We lost by 11 or 9. I forgot about that safety. So I mean, do we still win? No. So like the same thing with the referees. Just because they get us bad calls doesn't mean we're going to win this game. Again, we're playing Andy Reid. That's what people forget. Andy Reid's a Hall of Fame coach for a reason. Like this guy is an expert, and it's just
another thing. Like you too much blame the refs for those calls, man. But I think honestly, it's the what ifs, man. Like what if that call wasn't called on Will Anderson on third down? They be punting the ball. What if CJ would have marched us down and scored? But those penalties that they hit us with, it resulted in the points. But I think that's the problem that a lot of people are getting over, man. Is it resulted in the points? They got 10 points out of those 2 penalties, man. So hell, like you said, 11, 9, 11, 10, 11 points. But I mean, it's the what if. We don't know, had CJ would have drove us downfield. I think that's where a lot of our Houston fans, struggle to have a sane mind with it, man. And I understand it too, but like you said,
I do, but
it didn't give a
we've been there before, right? Like, you can't put the ball in the referee's hands.
right.
You just can't do it. When I was coach, we all played some type of sports, and they all told us basketball, football, don't put the game in the ref's hands. Just don't do it. And I mean, what we did, like Crystal said. Well, Anderson, you can't hit him with your top of the helmet. So is this? It sucks. Go
I
ahead.
mean, at the end of the day, like CJ wasn't going to drive us down the field because he only drove us down the field one time, and the rest of the shit was field goals. You can't kick field goals with Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? And then on that Will Anderson hit, they punted because they got a first down and went 3 and out, so they didn't score on that drive. They punted the ball. What we got to do next year, bro. We got to make sure we play the division round at home, win more games, because
Yeah.
CJ has yet to throw a touchdown on the road in the playoffs.
No, he
2 years,
threw one. He threw one, didn't he?
nope.
No, that was a big run. It was.
Yep, he didn't throw one against Ravens and he didn't throw one against Kansas City. So he has yet to throw a touchdown on the road in the playoffs.
Yeah.
CJ is not good outside. We can see that. Look at his outside numbers. So we need to be home. When he's home, the man is godly. His numbers are incredible. So we need to start. We need to win 13 games next year. Stop just trying to win the division and trying to be the 1 seed or at least a 2 seed, because a 2 seed was guaranteed you 2 games at home.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree. I
Play
agree.
for that. Stop playing for that damn AFC South banner. Like, just play for more than that. You know what I'm saying? Give him some home cooking at home. Everybody plays better at home, man. Everybody plays better at home. On the road, I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is. It just,
But
man, we just got to be better.
and look, yeah, Spareburn does need to be held accountable. But again, why are we putting him out on the 55-yard line in 2-degree weather with the wind against him? Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, you're right. He does need to be accountable. He messed up. But why are we always settling for field goals? That's the problem about the team is they're okay with field goals. And like Chris just said, you can't beat the Chiefs with field goals. You just can't do it. You got to put 7 points on the board. Well, in Fairburn's case, 6 points on the board. So, like, I get the hate for the kicker, but this game is on him. This game's on the referees. It's on the Texans. Go ahead, Chris.
And then on that one that he missed, why are we kicking that anyway? We down by 1 touchdown with 10 minutes left. Your defense playing good enough. Punt the ball and play the field position. Why were we taking a damn field goal way on a 58-yard field goal? He missed it. They get the ball right there. 3 plays, they already down there on our side. So that was bad right there. Think about it. If we would have punted the ball, we would have punted the ball. We would have punted the ball. 9 times out of 10, they go 3 and out, or maybe they get 6 plays off. But we get the ball right back. They don't put points on the board. Then we could have came back and maybe won the game. So that play right there, it was a game costly mistake right there. You're kicking a damn 58-yard field goal outside in the wind. Why?
Cold, and a lot of people don't understand the cold affects it. The ball's a lot harder. Like it's harder to kick in the cold. Go ahead, Chris. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'm saying why. It's 10 minutes left in the game, bro. We down by 1 score. 10 minutes left. Punt the goddamn ball, bro. Maybe you could down them in the 5 or something. You down them in the 5, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna run, and then punt. And then we get the ball back in midfield, and then that'll give you your playbook to open up more to do more things. But I think that play was the worst call from him on offense, because I'm pretty sure he made that call to kick the field goal. And then we already talked about the defense, not covering Travis Kelce was the worst calls on defense. So them right there, those 2 things was really, really, really costed that game, bro. But I still feel like it's a learning point. We learn from this, but we got to be better. CJ, going into year 3, Hey, look, I gotta be better than Mahomes, Lamar, and Josh Allen.
No,
Those are his
no
peers
podcast.
right there.
No podcast.
You know what I'm saying? He gotta be better than those guys right there. And then I'm pretty sure the Bucks, not the Bucks, the Bengals, they're gonna be back next year. They get a new coordinator, then okay, they gotta worry about the Bengals. I gotta be better than Joe Burrow. So, I feel like, yeah, this year, like I said, no podcast, doing all that shit you did last year, no touring. Just get your head in there, learn from your mistakes, bro. The pre-snap reads, how to do this, how to do that, learn from all that shit right there, man. I think he said that he's gonna run more. Now we don't need you to run more. Now we don't need that shit. I don't want you running, because now you're gonna put yourself more at risk and get hurt.
No,
Just
be like Pat, right? Be like Pat Mahomes. Stay
Yeah,
in the
but Pat,
pocket.
but Pat Mahomes,
If
he's a little stockier than CJ. You know
he
what I'm
is,
saying? But
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 he
also
but he
CJ
can
got
also use his feet like him. You know what I mean?
but CJ got to learn how to beat the two high safeties. All year when they play two high safeties, he couldn't beat that shit. And so the defensive coordinator say, "Oh, okay, he can't beat this." So that's what they was playing on him, and I think that was fucking with his head too. He didn't know how to beat that. So right now, it's hard to tell. This is just me, Crenshaw, talking to tell what kind of quarterback he is, because he had a good rookie year, but nobody's seen it coming. Nobody had all film on it. Then we get film on him. We go this year, he took a step back. So next year we got to see, is he first year CJ or last year is going to be him. Yes, we could blame Bobby as well, but you know it's a little bit Bobby, CJ, and the receivers not catching the ball, offensive line. Really, it's a mixture of everybody collectively didn't play good this year and took a step back. Defense took a step up, but the offense took a huge, huge, huge step back from last year. So we just gotta get better all across the board if we're trying to get to the ultimate goal, and that's Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes, sir. Well, and the thing too is like it's not like he ended the game of the season on a bad note, right? Like, yeah, he had a rough season. He didn't have the season everybody predicted, but he played a damn good playoffs, right? Like against uh Los Angeles, he played good. Against Kansas City, he played well. But the thing that affect is situational football. Like you said, he didn't throw a touchdown because we ran the ball what 3 4 times in the red zone, and Joe Mixon scored a touchdown. So it's just different situations that we got to take a hold of. So CJ, like you said, he got to build. No podcast, no nothing. Like it's time to get into the gym and train, film room and watch. Like it's time to take the next step because you're right. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, hell, even Joe Burrow. That's that's your ops right now. I don't care about anybody else, but those guys right there. Those are your ops. I don't care anybody about NFC because we don't have to worry about them. We have to worry about the AFC. And right now, the AFC quarterbacks are stacked. So we gotta get going. Anything else to add before we move on?
Just that last thing, Crenshaw, man. I mean, when CJ did implement a little bit of running game, man, I don't think that was too bad, man. He just can't go in there with that one dimensional, just pocket passing, man. Like Matt said, do something like Mahomes do, man. Most of these quarterbacks, they do have some type of run game, man, and it opened it up. He even got us a first down at the last couple games, man. So if he can come out there and get us, 40 yards, 50 yards, nobody's saying for him to go out there and be Lamar Jackson, but man, if he can implement that to his arsenal, man, I think that'd be good for us.
He
I
did
mean,
have a big boy run though, didn't he?
right,
Well,
right, right. I
well,
mean,
I was
that'd be
mainly I was mainly talking about throughout the season, and then the playoffs. That's fine. That's fine what he did, but just commit to it early, because number one, he don't know how to slide, and number two, he don't know how to get out of bounds before the down defender get to you. He took two unnecessary hits in this game that hurt him. Like, bro, get out of bounds. They're not gonna stop. They're gonna hit you. They don't care about the 15-yard penalty. They're gonna hit you. They're gonna take you out the game. So
Right.
that's what I'm saying. He got to protect himself against the Chargers. That man, he had a slide on his knees. Like, what are you doing here? Like, he didn't learn how to slide. He didn't go to the Astros. Hey, man, teach me how to slide.
Yeah, for real. But I will say I did love that big boy run where he ran over the linebacker and the CJ that we know came out. So it was good to see. Well, with that being said, it's time to look forward to the off season, to the next season, to the goal, because the goal is the Super Bowl. It is every year. Right. So far right now, uh, how do you say his name? Matt Strouser, right? Isn't that who it is?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he retired. I don't think he retired. I think it's pretty much, hey, either retire or you're getting fired, one or two, because your product on the field sucked ass. And then I don't know his name, but the Texans president was also relieved of his duties. Uh, I'll start with you, Crenshaw. Were you shocked by these moves?
Uh, no, I mean, first of all, the offensive line coach. I mean, he came in there and taught a system that he never coached before. He shouldn't have got hired in the first place. Um, my main thing now, who they're gonna bring in. I heard they talking about they're gonna hire within. Why would you do that? You need to get somebody else in here. But still, another concern. Okay, you get a new coach, but those guys are still bad. So it still might not work.
Right.
The offensive line still could be bad next year if you don't bring in more competition. We need to bring in more competition. And as far as the president, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he's just there for ticket sales and promo and all that. That no, that guy's gone. It really don't mean nothing. Hopefully, maybe the new guy or new woman that comes in can be better on the season ticket member gifts. Um, maybe maybe they could get some of the concession stands food prices down. Maybe they could, the gifts they give us when we come through the gate, they give us those towels. Give us something better than those towels. Maybe they could
Maybe
get
maybe show some love to the
show
podcasters.
love to the podcasters. A happy hour so the guys can get the butts in seats. Maybe they can do that right there
Damn, it
next
sounds
year.
like they need to make you the president, Crenshaw.
Man, look, man, look, I will have everybody look, man, happy hour for the first 5 minutes of the game, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, get your butts in seats, bro. It don't make no sense that in a playoff game, everybody to get that second quarter, man. Playoff game. Then you had teams played on the road and they was there on time. So I don't get that right there. I don't
Playoffs?
get
You
that.
talking about playoffs? Yeah. Honcho, what about you, brother? What's your thoughts on it?
Me, man, honestly, Chris Strouser, however you say his name, man, it was a full move, man. He was already, contemplating retiring last year. So I feel like, he stayed around for another year and he really didn't too much give a damn what went on, man. But like you said, I feel like it was either, we fire you or, you go ahead and retire. And, ultimately he's still gone. But man, being like Crenshaw said, man. I mean, is it the O line or what? Me, in my opinion, man, one of the guys that I kind of expect to be released this offseason, man, is Shaq Mason. Uh, if we release him after June 1st, we'll save 9.5 million from him. Why
He
not?
he he needs to retire too. You know what I mean?
So we'll save quite a bit of money for Shaq Mason, man, and a guy that I feel like I didn't know that until Crenshaw just said it. They looking to hire within, man. I mean, why not go get a guy like Mike Munchak, man? He's a offensive line guru. It was a time in 2014 he was going to be our offensive line coach, man, and it was a decision between the state of Pennsylvania and Texas, man. And Bill O'Brien wanted to bring him in, but ultimately, he chose to go to Pennsylvania because that's where his white family was. But apparently, he took the last year off to have some knee surgery, and I think it's a good time. He might be ready to get back in the league. Hiring that guy, bringing him back to Texas, man, that would be like how you say it, a gym, man. That would mean a lot, unexpected gem bringing him as an offensive lineman coach, man. That he can pick up stunts, and pretty much, I think he had that offensive line in check. Right now, I always thought through the whole season that was Tunsil's offensive line. Everybody done what Tunsil wanted to do. I don't think Crenshaw's ever had control of that offensive line, man. So if we can get a guy like Mike Munchak in here next year, man, that would be explosive. A 10 out of 10 for Houston. That would be a home run, brother. Home run.
Yeah, I would like to bring in a guy, but I'm not really concerned about this guy if we promote, because if you look at his resume, he does have a good resume. I think his name's Cole. I know his last name's Popovich because everybody wondered if he's related to Coach Pop over there in San Antonio, and I don't think they are, but I think look, anything's better than what we have, right? And this guy has experience in his own blocking. But here's the thing too: we might not be bringing back Bobby Slug. Robert Salah might be going to Jacksonville. They're boys. They used to coach together on the defense there in San Francisco. I can see Bobby Slug going to Jacksonville, becoming the OC. And D'Amico even says we're taking a look. We don't know if he's our guy or not. I kind of think if he was, they would already say something, right? But maybe that's just me being me, thinking otherwise. But if you do bring Bobby, I just think you need to bring a different guy in, like for your passing coordinator or assistant head coach or anything. Bring in like a Clint Kubiak, a Mike Munchak, a guy with experience that can say, "Hey, look, don't call that here. Hey, call this here. Hey, Dalton Schultz getting beat. Let's do this instead." Like somebody to put input in to change it. And also, Aaron Glenn got hired in New York, and they're saying that Gerard Johnson is going to be the OC over there in New York. Well, if that's the case, bring me Keenum. We already got our quarterback coach. Bring me Case Keenum. Promote him up. Crenshaw, I know you're against this. So what's your thoughts?
Well, first, it reported that Robert Saleh is gonna be the coordinator of San Francisco, and Tampa Bay's OC supposed to take the Jaguars job. That was
They
the last
probably
report that I seen
yeah.
before we got on the show. I don't know what's taking D'Amico so long. It's about to be a week. It don't take that long to let us know or let yourself know if you want Bobby back or not. So I think the longer it takes, it's letting him coming back unless they trying to get in touch with somebody they want to hire and see what he wants and trying to do a double move. We're gonna let Bobby go and hire this guy. Maybe that's something I could think of, but it shouldn't take this long to let us know so we can start speculating. But knowing D'Amico, he's a he's his friend. Bobby's his friend. I don't see him letting Bobby go. I feel like Bobby's gonna come back and we're gonna be here for Bobby Part 3. And and that's what we're just gonna be coming in the season mad, but they're gonna be like, well, we didn't have a full team, and Bobby couldn't show off what he can really show off, so that's why we went backwards. And I think they're gonna sell us with that shit right there. We didn't have a full team, which is true, but you still gotta adjust, adapt to what you have. You know what I'm saying? You gotta scheme up the other guys what you have, but the other guys we have are ass. So it's like, damn, I don't know. So we're gonna see. Hopefully we'll know sometime this weekend, maybe by Saturday, give us some news of what's gonna happen. Cause that's a whole damn week.
Man, man. I've asked this question multiple times to us in our chat, man. Can we really put it all on Bobby, man? Can we? Bobby's scheme, it takes a little more time to develop than most schemes, man. We have a guy that I feel, in my opinion, didn't care too much about that line last year. Managing that offensive line. How can we actually put it on Bobby? He don't even have enough time, for his plays to develop. I feel like our whole offensive line couldn't pick up stunts last year. Maybe we bring a new guy in this year, that could actually teach our line to pick up stunts and shit like that, and actually give Bobby's playbook some time to develop, man. But in my personal opinion, I honestly don't think we're gonna let Bobby go. I think we're gonna get a new, nice hire as an offensive lineman. Give Bobby one more year, and if it don't work out then yeah, Bobby got to go. But man, yeah, I can't put it all on Bobby. I do somewhat, but if his plays don't have time to develop, man, we can't really put it on him. Not just yet. That's for me. That's my opinion.
Well, I mean, you do have a point because Kyle Shanahan offense didn't really take full effect until year 3. So I mean, you do have a point, but going like I said, begin Bobby has great play designs, and he is getting better at calling the plays. The thing that irritates the shit out of me and D'Amico because they both said it. Teams don't adjust to us. They don't change their game plan during after halftime. Yes, they do. Every team adjusts,
Right.
and they just sit there and don't adjust. That what kills me.
My,
Now,
my
if you bring, go ahead.
my thing, Matt, is we gotta give Bobby the same amount of acknowledgement when he drives us and put us in the end zone and score as if he would if he called a bad game. I mean that Tampa game, I'm bringing that up again. All that Cincinnati game last year. I mean, he put us in the end zone a lot. We scored a bunch of points those games. But credit to CJ. That's who took all the credit. It wasn't Bobby called up this or Bobby called up that. We gave it all to CJ, and all of us were guilty of doing that. But we get out there and have a game like New York or whatever the case in New York Jets. We want to put it all on Bobby. But at the same time, man, we have to give him the same amount of credit as we do when he do a bad job as a good job, man. But me personally, man, I know we all got different thoughts about it, man. But I'm not. I can see myself giving Bobby one more year, and I know I'll probably take a little bit of heat for it, man. But if we can get a new O-line coach in here, man, and they can pick up real quick, man, who knows what Bobby can do out here, man. I just feel like if he march us to 10 consecutive wins, 2 years in a row, man, and he get that little extra move. Who says we can't win 12 next year? Who says we can't put up 13? With a little more offensive line help. Because I mean, hell, who can actually develop a play if CJ call a ball and he got he already running for his life the minute he call a play. Of course we're not gonna be develop a play then, man. But if we can, make the minor tweaks and adjustments, man, and get a guy out there on the offensive line that can actually put these guys in check, man, it ain't no way we can't win 13, 14 games next year.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm okay with either one, right? Like if he goes, okay, cool. The experiment's over. And get somebody new. But if we do, like the only thing I would like if we do keep him, and I'm okay with if we do keep him, but Ben McDaniels is probably gone to New England with the boys. So we're gonna have the passing coordinator. Get a Clint Kubiak, get an Ike Hillard, get somebody with the experience, and put them there, so that way they can help him adjust. The adjustment part is what's killing me. I think if you get somebody to help him, kind of be a consultant to him, because like this is his 3rd year, right? This is his 2nd year that this happened. So yes, he's still young, so he still needs a mentor saying, "Hey, A B C D, we got to do it E F G H." You know what I mean? Like just help him out. And help D'Amico too, because D'Amico's there too.
Only thing I'm about, man, if next year we tweak this offensive line, man, and maybe that is, all we need is just to tweak this offensive line to get us to 13 wins. And only thing that makes me nervous, man, we bring a new coordinator in here, a new OC, and we start seeing CJ struggle under a new, passing offense, man, and we're like, damn, we could have kept Bobby for this shit. You know what I mean? I just don't want to get to that point, man, but like I'm with you, man. If Bobby goes, I'm okay. If he stays, I'm okay, man. But in my opinion, I would keep him for another year, tweak that offensive line coach, man. And I have heard reports about Chip Kelly also, man. He could be another guy that we can actually bring in here.
And the old CJ's old OC is out there too. I mean, with my neck. Crystal, I saw you were about to say something. Go ahead. What were we gonna say? before I interrupt you.
I think what really hurt Bobby this year was Nick Casario. And what I mean by that is Nick built the team this year like we was all in. So by him doing that, getting Joe Mixon, trading for Stephon Diggs, signing Daniil Hunter, we did all those moves. So the
Mhm.
expectations for me at
Mhm.
least was higher. Was higher. So now I want to see Bobby and CJ do better than what they did the previous year. I think if Nick would have was just drafted some guys, picked up not marquee free agents, pick up a free agent and go into this year as another building block, I think the Bobby hate that he gets from fans won't be as high if we have bad games.
I see what you're
You know,
saying.
yeah.
I
See,
agree.
see,
Right.
see, Nick, the way Nick did this year, you don't trade for Stephon Diggs and give away that capital to go out in the divisional round. You traded for him to at least get to the AFC Championship. So I think that's why we wanted to see more. It was unfortunate that he got hurt, but even when he wasn't hurt, the offense still was struggling. So I think that's what hurt Bobby this year. It might sound crazy, like okay, you're getting your team help, so that's hurting. Yes, it did. It did because we had to see what kind of offensive coordinator and what kind of quarterback that CJ and Bobby was. We didn't get a chance to see what they really was because they instead of let them crawl another year, they started walking. He rushed
Right.
their walking
Running.
steps and
Right.
running. You know what I'm saying? He rushed that instead of just let us see what they can do.
Yeah, because
So that's what
I agree with you. Right. Like so, instead of trading for Stephon Diggs, instead of trading that first round pick and getting the two from Minnesota, you could have stayed at 23 and same number the Jags used to get BTJ. Get
yes, you could
get Thomas Jr.
BTJ. Yes,
Yeah.
But
that would have helped. That would have helped out.
but man, I think and you're right, Chris. Are you hitting on a lot? But I think man, the way CJ performed last year, it immediately took us to win now, man. And under CJ's contract, we still got Will Anderson contract. We still got to sign Singley. We still, it's so many guys to bring. I think they want to win now under his 4-year contract, man. Before we had to pay him all that money.
But what Chris will say, which is you're right. You got to make those moves, right? But that's why so many people hate uh, Slowick because those guys weren't ready for that next step, and that's why we're getting it because he made all those moves for the next step, and we weren't quite ready there yet. Because I mean, let's be honest, CJ Stroud had a sophomore slump. It is what it is. Everybody has them. Big Ben, Tom Brady, Cam Newton, Michael Vick. They all had sophomore slumps, and they all had great careers afterwards. But I think, like Chris said, if we don't make those moves, like we still bring in Daniil Hunter. I still think you take a next step on defense, but like the Stephon Diggs move, you get Thomas Jr., another young receiver to help grow with CJ, and then you still able to get Kamari. You're still able to get Bullock. You're still able to get uh, Fister. Like you're still able to make those moves to get the guys we brought in. You're just bringing guys to help grow with CJ instead of AFC Championship or nothing. And but that's just me. Chris always said,
Okay, now sophomore slump been a thing forever. 9 times out of 10, the quarterback gonna have a sophomore slump. So that goes back to what I was saying. Why make these moves? Because it's a big chance you're gonna have a sophomore slump. That's why they should have waited to this year to make those at least the offensive moves. Defense, yes, because of course D'Amico's a defensive guy. He's gonna want those guys on his defense. That's fine. But the offensive move, you could have just got you could have just got the rookie wide receiver and just and built more continuity right there. So now in his offseason, you're like, okay, our defense is good, but we're gonna add a piece here and a piece there on offense. I think we're gonna be ready this year to have a Detroit Lions type offense, have a Washington Commanders type offense coming into year 3. They rushed the shit when they didn't have to rush the shit. Now we don't have no fucking money this year. So now we got to put a rabbit out the ass just to do some shit. See what I'm saying? You see how by rushing last year fuck you up for this year. We still had 2 more years on CJ's contract before we had to extend him. Or I mean, really we can extend him after next year, but we could go 4 years, but we have to really extend him. So we still could have made some moves. I think they rushed it. They should have waited, but it's over with now.
Right. Well, and also, like, if you don't make that move, like you said, Crenshaw, you don't have to uh, make the moves to cut Diggs' contract to add more cap against your more salary cap. Like, you don't have to do all that, right? And so, okay, Jay, Green sucks, right? Kenyon Green sucks. Zach Mason sucks. You can go out there and you can will and deal, like you can go make a makeshift line like you did last year. You can go get guys who are hungry like you did last year to continue to make that better. We're like this year, this is our guys. We're staying put. I don't care what we do. This is our guy. That way we can actually, like we did last year. I mean, we went and got Kendrick Green. We went and got the the guy from Arizona?
Kenyon Green.
Well, no, I'm talking about last year when we got that tackle from Arizona. I can't think of his name, but there ways we could do it. We went and got Amos. We went and got Kareem Jackson on defense. Like we kept continuing. This year we're stuck in our ways. So I think if we didn't make those trades, we're all in. We can still do that like we did last year, where you kind of all right, let's keep it rotating. Let's not stay complacent. Let's keep it moving, and that way we can kind of gel. But like Crenshaw said, 10-7, divisional round, can't be mad at it. You know what I mean? Yeah, there it is. Josh Jones. That's what. Thank you, Benji. Josh Jones from Arizona. He sucked, but yeah. So, but yeah, 10-7, can't be mad at it. Hopefully, like Crystal said, hopefully we can pull a rabbit out of the ass, and we can make some cap room. Maybe we can be.
It's just on that 10-7, bro. It's like it was an ugly 10-7, bro. I mean, we beat one team over 500. That's the Bills, and then the other 5 wins came in the division. So we have 5 wins in the division. Our division is ass. Our division literally had the number 1 overall pick. So it's like, damn, like how good are we? Think about that for a minute. How good are we? 5 wins in the division and be one team over 500.
I think we are good. I just think we
Okay. Now look.
we shoot ourselves in the foot.
Okay, check this out. Move this team in the AFC West or win the playoffs.
I think so.
The AFC West. That's the Kansas City Chargers division.
Right. Yeah, I think so because
they had 3 teams in the playoffs this year.
Right.
So take out the Raiders. Take out the Raiders. Put us in a Raiders spot. Do we have 10 wins in that division?
I think so. I mean, you probably lose. So. You lose to KC. We beat the brakes off of the Chargers.
But that's the playoffs. We talking about the regular season. We playing those guys twice now.
Okay. Crystal, when's the last time?
All right.
When's the last time the Chargers beat us?
I mean, I don't know when the last time the Chargers beat us. Okay, let's move to the North. Take out the Cleveland Browns. Put us in the North. Do we make the playoffs in that division?
I don't think
with the Bengals, the Ravens. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, like how good are we?
You can say the same thing though, bro. You can say move us to the NFC. We probably the 3rd seed in the NFC because the NFC is so weak.
You know what? Actually, we should be in the NFC. We should be playing Cowboys, Saints. We should play Cowboys, Saints, and probably Tennessee. It should be Cowboys, Saints, Tennessee, and us. That should be the 4 teams.
Yeah,
that should be the 4 teams. I wish we wasn't NFC because the quarterbacks isn't all that good. But
I
don't know. I just want to be better than 10-7, bro.
I do too. But you also got to remember we're playing the number one seed schedule, so it's tougher. And like you said, we got we got a chip on our shoulder. We got a bullseye on our backs. People's coming after us. They got film on us, so it's going to be a little tougher. But I think we played well, and here's the reason why: we lose to Green Bay by what 2 points?
Yep.
We lose to Detroit after intercepting them 5 times by 3
Yep.
points. Like we shoot ourselves more often than none.
Yep.
That's we're still a good team. Is this we got to quit shooting ourselves. Like we got to do better coaching. This is not just on Bobby Sullivan. This is on D'Amico. This is on Frank. Everybody, because you got to if you're gonna be the best, you gotta play like the best. You got to minimize the penalties, the mistakes. You can't have guys like Boyd out there. But after this what irritates. I get it. He's a player's coach. But as soon as Boyd pushed Frank Ross, he should have been sent to the locker room and already back to Houston. Instead, D'Amico sticking up for him. Oh man, he didn't mean to do that. He got overexcited. No, bro, like bye. We don't need that crap. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't see that on any other top tier team. So I don't. We just keep shooting ourselves in the foot. We're a good
Yeah.
team.
Yeah. Yeah. We should,
We
I
can't
mean,
get
like
our own way.
against Tennessee, we had 8 sacks and a pick six, and still lost the goddamn game.
Yeah.
So that's 13 wins right there. With the two
Absolutely.
games you just named and the Tennessee game. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying. Like we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And look, that gauntlet at the end of the season was tough. Uh,
Yeah.
Christmas is Christmas. It happened. There's
I
nothing.
man,
There's no excuses for it.
that
There's no
game.
excuses for that.
Hey, you
But
know what? But you know what? Let me go back to the Kansas City game when you said, "Do we got anything else?" I forgot to say this. Now it seemed like that Deontay Johnson release came back and hurt us because I believe he would have helped us against Kansas City. At least he gets
I
open.
agree. I agree.
At least he gets open. I
Well,
mean, they said it was mutual. They both got, he wanted to get released, and the team wanted to release him. But damn, I mean, shit. I mean, just give him the ball. He's open. I mean, Huncho, you saw the film in. He's open. Give him the ball.
and Hutch and Wayne both had some big key drops. So it yeah, I have to agree with you. Another guy would have helped. But again, like Stresson just said, these damn hypotheticals. Just imagine if we had Diggs and everybody. You know what I mean? Like fuck, we probably win that game. But who knows? If ifs are only good in horseshoes and hand grenades, right? So with that being said, fellas, anything else you got to say?
I don't know, man.
No.
Oh no, man. I seen Stretch and put up the 3 million in cap, man. I think we got a pretty good GM, man. He made a lot of moves, man. Redid a lot of contracts, man, and made us, a little bit of wiggle room, man. I think he goes for that again this year with the release of Shaq Mason, man. Those are my top two candidates, man. Shaq Mason and Dalton Schultz. Whatever one of them get released, man, I really wouldn't mind that. But I think we do come
I
out with
think there's too much dead cap if we release him. If release him,
who's
I think
that?
that I think that's a negative if we release Schultz.
Well, yeah, but if we release Mason after June 1st, man, we can save 9.5, man, and I just don't see him. First year he was here, he was pretty cool, man. He ain't had it since then, man. And we need immediate change right now in that O line.
Chris, all anything to add before we bounce?
No, man. Just it's gonna be interesting off season. How Nick's gonna, you know, do the cap to get us some cap space. Some restructures and everything, and what guys to bring back on the defensive line, et cetera, et cetera. But the main thing, bro, we gotta get a wide receiver too, bro. We gotta get a wide receiver too that we know is gonna be good, and then we gotta draft one as well. We can't just go in with Nico Collins because the guy needs help. The guy needs help out there, man. He needs help. CJ needs help. So I just want us to have, a better offense than what we had last year. I can't go in with the 18th ranked scoring offense. I want to be a top 10 offense because that helps out the defense as well. So I
But
just, I can't I just can't wait to free agency and see what we're gonna do.
let me ask you a question before we get off, man. So I put in a chat the other day that Mixon said, that he's pretty confident that he knows for a fact that Nick is coming up with something big, man. And I also seen, some reports. Not sure, it's all a speculation at this point, man, that he's possibly trying to get T. Higgins over, man. What do you actually? I mean, being a relationship that T. Higgins and Mixon have, man. What do you think when Mixon actually said that? Where can he be coming from?
Just talking. I mean, he probably would like him over here, but I don't. It's highly unlikely that you could trade for him and give him the contract that he wants. To me, I don't think it makes sense to trade for him and extend him before you do your
He's
own
a
guys.
he's a free agent though, isn't he?
Yeah. Would it be a free agent or he doesn't have another year left?
I think he's a
Oh,
free agent.
Okay,
last year.
well, he's a free agent. Then he can pretty much go wherever he want to go. He's gonna go to the highest bidder. I don't think he has winning in his mind. I think he has getting rich in his mind. Because I don't know how much money he actually made with the Bengals. I know it was a second round pick, so he didn't make as much money. I think he's going to go to a team that's not good, pay him a lot of money. That's
No,
like I think probably like New England or something. They got a lot of money. He might go over there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just tough. Now, I mean, if Nick Casario does it, okay, all right. I have faith in Nick Casario to keep the team going, right? Like to keep upgrading. So we just gotta sit back and watch. So hopefully he does do something. But until then, we just gotta hope. Gotta keep driving, right? Anything else to add, fellas?
Oh man, no, that'll be it, man. I just want to one day play on Championship Sunday.
Who do y'all look at as a surprise off season, man? I
Who
got
we have what?
who do y'all look at as a surprise cut this off season? Mine is Mason. Well, I don't even think that's so much as a surprise, but who can you see Texans releasing this off season, man?
Um, Man, I have. I mean, that's probably be it. I don't think anybody else will be a surprise. That Jimmy Ward.
Jimmy Ward, yeah, yeah, I can see that one also.
Yeah, I just see Kenyon Green being cut because he sucks. So I mean that might be one, but no real big surprises. I mean, like if they cut Schultz, which I doubt they do, because it'll hurt the cap. I see it. If they cut Green, it helps the cap, so I see it. You know what I mean? Like I see some crazy things that people want Howard traded and Tunsil traded. I just don't think you pulled the trigger on that because you
I,
have to protect
I,
CJ.
I, I, I think that's the most insane thing. I mean, I vouched for Tunsil since he been here. Yeah, the penalties is one thing, but you cannot deny his play, man. That's CJ
You gotta
line.
talk to Crenshaw. Crenshaw's been advocating it for day one. So
We
I
can't
mean,
put anybody over there to block CJ's blind
I,
side.
I, I I mean, at this point, I don't. I think Thompson's going to be up forever. He's going to find a way to get finesse us again and get another extension. And it is what it is. But I don't know. I don't know. He just lazy. He's good at pass blocking, but everything else he does is just lazy, lazy, lazy. He don't take accountability on the
you
offensive
go.
line. On the offensive line, I think he should take more accountability on the offensive line because you the leader, you the captain. You should say, look, man, if the line's not playing bad, it's because I'm playing bad. But no, he would throw those guys underneath the bus. Y'all remember the Minnesota game? He threw those guys underneath the bus. I'm like, damn, bro, you the captain, man. I know they playing bad, but say, hey, man, this on me. This on me. Get in your Gary Kubiak. It's on me. It's on me. But nah, not him. Mm-mm.
Too
Oh,
worried about
man.
what he's gonna wear next week. All right, fellas. Well, this is the worst part of the show because it's the end.
Like on the line.
Right. Well, like Chris all says,
So
this is the worst part of the show is because at the end. Why don't you tell everybody where we can find you, what you got cooking? That way we can support you. Honcho, I'll start with you, brother.
Like Matt said, man, I'm newly on Twitter now, man. H-Town Huncho 713. You can find me on there. Instagram at Huncho Johnny, man. Same thing as Facebook, Huncho Johnny, but newly on Twitter, man. H-Town Huncho Johnny. Well, Huncho 713.
All right, and everybody, I know Slim and them just released Houston Part 2, but guys, turn to my boy Crensaw's song in Keno's Swarm, because that is the song of the year. So Crenshaw, where we can find you at, brother?
everywhere. Like you say.
Oh, he's here he is. All right, go ahead, Crenshaw, since you kicked yourself out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying you can find me at Fifth Ward Crenshaw everywhere, man. Y'all keep streaming Swarm, supporting the page, and let's go.
And of course, you can find our boys Keno at Here Ken Out, Bo Diggity at Bo Diggity 713, and then of course, follow Texans T at Texans T TV, where you can find some good stuff. Find myself at A1 Day One Texans everywhere, and like Chris said, make sure you support the page. Texans Fan Battle Podcast everywhere, guys. This is the end of season 4. It's a wrap. It's been great. It's been fun, but we're continuing on. We're great stuff. So next week we're going to take a break, spend time with our families and whatnot. Chris is going to eat some beef jerky steak. His extra well done steak over there.
Oxtails.
Oxtails. There you go. We're going to enjoy ourselves. But February, we're kicking back with the guest. We're going to get running back Ben Tate. In February, we're going to get Sean Cody in February. So make sure you tune out, subscribe, do what you can to support the show because it's going to be fun. It's going to be a wild ride. And make sure you're here with us. Till then, have a blessed week, 2 weeks in that, and make sure you always stay swarming.
I'ma calm down, won't chop it up. There's an H-Town anthem, so we gotta slow it up.
This the best podcast known to man, we been raw. You heard it here first from Keno and Fifth Ward Crenshaw.